Hey guys, Aaron Pilates, 212 IFBB Pro Bodybuilder here. Today we're sort of doing a day in the life, seeing what I get up to, how I start my day, what meals I eat, and what I get up to just on a weekday or typical day for me. First thing I'll do when I get out of bed is I have half a lemon, warm water. It's good for your digestion. It's got heaps of different health benefits. It's just something I've always done. Mind me, I've only just moved here 4 days ago, so I don't really know where everything is. You use a protein shaker. Yeah, I moved in this house 4 days ago, so pretty stoked. Yeah, half a lemon in warm water, about 300-400 mils of water, and I do a shot of apple cider vinegar. This is epic for gut health. Like, it lowers inflammation. It's got heaps of health benefits. And one thing I try and keep on top of is my gut health these days, so I can digest all the food that I eat. As soon as I let my gut health go, things have gone downhill after that. Second part of my morning, I get apple cider vinegar, do a shot of this. I'm not gonna lie, I hate the taste of this. I literally hate it, so what I do is I chase it down with water. 20 mils. Get ready to chase it down. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I hate that shit, but it works. Google the benefits of apple cider vinegar. The benefits are massive. Now usually I make an omelette with an egg white omelette and two eggs. Use my egg whites on the pan, and then I have cereal, but I'm in a bit of a rush today. I'm running a little bit late, so when I'm running late, I'll just make a shake with, come over here. Sup cupboard with like Platinum Labs whey. So I'll have this, and I have 150 grams of cereal and a whole banana. The whey is pretty good when you're running late. Like some days you just don't have time to whip an omelette up, so 40 grams of whey. And I can eat that on the way. No pun intended. So my carbs, pantry is very neat, as you can see. I hit the Freedom cereals up, so I've got every single one in there. They're clean, organic cereal. Just I want something that digests really easy in my stomach. For me, if I have oats, I can't really have them too many days in a row because I get a sore stomach, and I just don't digest them very well. So I use these ones. They digest really well. They don't sit in my stomach. And yeah, they taste good. I just have it with water. I don't have any milk. Off season, I sort of mix them together. If I'm doing comp prep, I diet on these the whole way through. I just stick to the rice flakes. But off season, I'll throw a bit of extra crunch in there. Sort of like Cocoa Pops. Got 80 grams of that one. 140 grams. And about 20 grams of carbs in a banana. So that's pretty much my meal one looks like when I'm on the go. Otherwise it would be an omelette with that. I'll show you what vitamins I take in the morning, and that's pretty much it. So first thing in the morning, obviously body will take a lot of vitamins. I'll go through a few of the main ones. I'll take 6 1500 mg fish oils. I'll take that twice, 6 1500 mg fish oils in the morning and then at night. Gets rid of inflammation, good for your joints, good for your brain health. Vitamin B, zinc, turmeric tab, once again, anti-inflammatory, plenty of health benefits. A couple of little blends, because being a bodybuilder, obviously we've got to keep on top of the liver and high protein diets. Take liver tablets alongside with NAC and L-carnitine. So obviously it's good fat burner, increases free testosterone. There's a lot of benefits to L-carnitine. Take L-carnitine. That is pretty much it. That's it. So after this, we're about to jumped in the Genesis truck. I've borrowed it at the moment and head up to the factory. So I borrowed the Genesis truck today. We're going to head up to the factory at Yatala, have a meeting with Josh about future plans, what I'm doing for the year, the future videos, and I got to pick up some subs as well. Got a few things to pick up there, and Dexy's come along for the trip. Come on, Dex, come on.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today here I'm sitting with Aaron in the Genesis head office. We're just talking a little bit about the scene of bodybuilding, kind of what it takes to be, a professional athlete in today's sort of game. So it's real awesome to have you here today, man, and a real privilege, and it's cool to pick your brains on a couple of topics, that a lot of people will probably be real interested to hear you talk about. So yeah, man, so tell us a little bit about your partnership with Genesis and what's important for you when you're working with a sponsor.
I joined Genesis probably only a couple of months ago. I've known Sam for a few years, probably 7 years or so.
Yeah.
And then I was with another company prior to that, and they sort of took me on when I was literally nobody, like that. It was a mate who I just started in the sport. I hadn't won any titles, and so I'm pretty big on loyalty.
Yeah.
And they sponsored me before I'd even competed my first show.
Yeah.
And then in 3 years I won every title in the country.
Wow.
And I could have got better and bigger sponsorships. I got offered stuff, but I never wanted to wreck the loyalty between me and my mate who sponsored me. So I stayed with them for like 4 years,
Wow.
until he actually sold the business.
Yeah.
And I got offered money by other companies a couple of times, which was hard to turn down, but I didn't want to tarnish my relationship with him, so
Yeah.
I reluctantly sort of turned him down, and then he sold the business, and then I was like, okay, what's the biggest and most professional company that I could go to? And I was watching Sam, who owns, the owner of Genesis, come along and he just do things bigger and better. And then I seen the factory at Yatala, and I was like, man, like this. I was telling my other mate who got out of the supplement industry, I said, you should see how he does his supplement shops,
Yeah.
And then when I seen it, I was like, oh, I want to associate myself with the best companies, and I want to grow with the best companies and be professional. Then when Sam sort of took me and showed me around the factory and what they were doing, and even little things like how it looks, or the security, everything's done like next level. I've never seen anything like this in regards of a supplement shop. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this is the place for me. So then we just sort of met up after that, and we've both got real big dreams and big visions, and we've got a few plans for over the next 12 months, and it'll be good to see what we can do together, so.
Tell me a little bit about what bodybuilding means for you. You say that you've got big plans, and you obviously got competitions set up and goals that you want to reach. What does it mean for you to be a bodybuilder in terms of, it's like a pro thing for you, it's a big part of your life. How does that affect your day-to-day thoughts, what you do? We obviously have a lot of people that buy supplements off us that have the dream of also becoming a bodybuilder as well.
Yeah.
They wish to be in a position that you are in now.
Yeah.
And I guess with the point that you are now, you've been sponsored for a while now, and you've been working with different companies. Tell us what it means really to be a bodybuilder, and for someone who's starting out to get to a position where you are now.
Yeah.
What is involved in that whole process?
So ever since I was young, I was in every sport. When I was growing up, and I always wanted to be a professional athlete. Like as a child, you have your dreams and aspirations, and for me, I always was obsessed with sport. And even when I was young and playing football, I used to envision being a professional football player, and I go out the front of my house and set up goals, and you pretend you're doing pretend you do the match-winning goal. That was me when I was a child. And skateboarding, I raced motocross, played basketball, football, and I've won best and fairest at grand finals. Highest scoring shooter of basketball, but I never found something that I was good at, but never next level at. Basketball was too short.
Yeah.
Football, I was good at a certain level, but it wasn't not good enough to be drafted to the AFL.
Yeah.
And I was just so obsessed with every sport that I'd get a hold of, and then I sort of had a shoulder reconstruction because from a motorbike injury, and I sort of was down and out, lost every sport, you know. And then the doctor was like, you should get into training to build your shoulder back up.
Yeah.
And then I got into training, and then next thing you knew, like I would grow pretty quickly and rapidly, and then I realised that I was growing faster than a lot of my mates.
Yeah.
And then I had a bit of a gift for that, so I started doing that for a few years just for fun.
Yeah.
And then one day a few well-known bodybuilders told me to compete, and then I competed in the biggest show straight away, and then I won that. And then when I won the first 3 in a row, then I realised, must be alright at this. So then that's how I fell into it. And then I realised that it was finally found a sport that I was actually truly gifted for.
Yeah, cool.
So, but to answer your second half of your questions, one of the most common questions I get is how do I get a sponsorship?
Yeah. And
everyone wants to be sponsored these days. It's like every person you speak to wants to get sponsored. And to be honest, man, there's millions of people that are sponsored, but in my eyes, 90% of them aren't really sponsored. Like, everyone gets sponsored, but really they just get 20% off their subs, and then the company's winning out of that, really, because they get a customer for life.
Yeah, for sure.
So people need to stop worrying about getting stuff for free, because it really won't make that much of a difference getting 20% off your subs and sort of cheapening yourself.
Yeah.
What you worry about at the start is setting up your own brand and your own image. Like, you are your own company. So I sort of just fell into it, but people fall in love with how you are, how you act, how you talk, everything, man. How you look, the type of person you are, your values. You know, like for me, I'm a family man. Like, I still work 5-6 days a week, and obviously professional bodybuilder now. But I had a pretty big following even as an amateur. But which I sort of was just honestly being myself. But people have just got to work on marketing their own image and being themselves, and then the rest will just fall into place. Yeah. And sort of trying to get like a cheap, easy sponsorship where you're going to get 20% off subs, because it's not really, you want to,
totally.
You know. And then if you're working for a company that you don't really like, or the supplements aren't very good, it's very hard to promote them, and it just comes off as fake. It needs to be genuine. People think, the sponsorship's going to change your life, but the sad thing in this country, but as I spoke to Tony Doherty, one of my really good mentors, who's like the godfather of bodybuilding, only a few people in the country, only a few athletes have an unconditional sponsorship where everything's free, all their flights, accommodation, subs, everything's fully free. That's very rare. Only really a few pro athletes have that. Even 3/4 of the pros don't even have that, man. Wow. So in an amateur league, it's like almost unheard of, and I had that in an amateur league, which is rare. So if these first guys are first getting their first sponsorship, it's not going to change your life, man. It'll be a 20% discount. You might get a couple of subs here and there for free. Focus on your image first and winning the shows, and wait for the rest to come. Yeah,
for sure. And then just like finally, in terms of your partnership with Genesis, where do you see that taking you in the next couple of months or even the next year or so?
I'm excited with that, because me and Sam both have really big visions, you know, and he's got some pretty crazy ideas, so do I. Like, I want to take it overseas. Like, I want to go to the Olympia. I'm going to compete in America. I was supposed to compete next month, but I'm not doing that anymore. But I'm going to compete in March, and then throughout the year next year in the USA. So I want to document all that, put it on the YouTube channel. Genesis is starting a YouTube channel with me on it, and we want to do that, film days in the life, and film everything to do with bodybuilding and being a pro. So it's going to be cool. It should be fun. So we're just going to pick up some serum, antidote, awaken, and some DEFCON. What's wrong? Come on. Sit. 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 Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. DEFCON? I've got a couple of different pre's that I use. I like to cycle them. Each pre has a little bit of different feel to it. So DEFCON's a bit more of a buzzing, itchy face, sort of off your head sort of feeling when you're like, I want to get amped for a leg day. And Awaken is a bit more of a focused one. So you might want to have Awaken on a less a day that's not so hyped up. You know, like an arms day or shoulder day, something that I might run Awaken, but leg days, it's usually DEFCON or Pathogen, and Pathogen's here. This shit is crazy. And serum, I haven't tried it yet, so I'm here to get the new serum as well. This is a non-stim, so I don't want to have stims every single day, because it pretty much slows your adrenals down too much, and you end up just feeling lethargic, and you can't have 350 megs of caffeine every single day. So I like to fill it through the middle, the gaps with serum, and use it on other days in between. And yeah, it mixes it up for me. So we'll do that. And next up, we need Antidote by Outbreak. That's an intro workout. BCAAs and EAAs blended together. Antidote. So this is the current intro that I'm using at the moment. Antidote, great flavour. This one's strawberry margarita. So I haven't tried that. I've only tried grape, so I'll try this one. Yeah, it's EAAs and BCAAs blended together. These recent studies have proven that you need both of them together to be effective. So not many companies have that blend out at the moment, but I really rate it. Last one is Awaken. So Awaken by Platinum Labs. I think it's over here. This is my baby. I've had this one for a year or so now, and never gets old. Tropical candy. All the flavours of Awaken are really good. You'll notice with Platinum Labs, their flavours and Outbreak flavours are crazy. So this one's super good focus, and when you train, you just want to keep training. Like after 2 hours, you finish, you want to do calves, forearms, abs. You just want to keep training. So I love Awaken. We should be right now. We got him. What next? Might as well give Dexter some lunch while we're here. Dexy. Yeah. Yeah. My diet at the moment is about 7 meals a day. So meal one's omelette, and I have like a cereal and banana. Meals 2 and 3 are the brown rice and steak with half an avocado. And I try to add greens where I can. I'm not the best with greens in the off season. When I prep, I have heaps, but I feel like there's just no room in the off season, so I squeeze the greens in where I can. Meal 4 is 200 grams of chicken and 250 grams of sweet potato. Meal 5 is pre-trainer. That's basa. For the American people out there, it's like a white fish, almost like tilapia. A little bit dirtier though, super cheap. And basa and white potato, 220 grams of white potato. Then I train. Then I have 40 grams of WPI, a couple of bananas after I train. And then meals 6 and 7 I join together because I'd rather go to bed earlier. So it's like 150 grams of salmon and then some like 40 grams of walnuts, and then I have an omelette with that as well, 200 grams of egg whites and 1 yolk and 200 grams of white potato. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, 7 meals a day. It's a fair bit for me at the moment. But yeah, I joined the last 2 because otherwise I'm up till midnight eating and I have to get up early often. So that pretty much sums up my diet at the moment. And I have salt on every meal. Drink about 4 to 6 litres of water a day.